Hiya Squishers, and welcome to another Squishmas with me, Kate, under the stairs with a lot of the socks and a lot of crochet and some DK squish and a fire under the stairs with me today, which is, in the UK, a Friday. Yay! We made it to Friday, but I have not cast on anything new, but it's okay. It's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. It's really fine. It's not fine. I'm so excited about casting on, like it's just getting to the crunch point. And today, after I click off here and literally blitz and clean all of the squish room, I am casting on my project. That is what I'm going to be doing. So it's not happened for me today or yesterday, but don't worry, I've got things to show you because there's always things to show you under the stairs. And I thought I'd give you a little bit of inspiration. If you're not a knitter, you might be a crocheter. I thought I might have some ideas for you if you're using your advent kits or your squish up. But first, before I forget, I've done the squishy bundles for the update. Oh my gosh. Like seriously, I am delighted. I'm going to tell you about them in a minute because I have a couple to show you. I am so excited. I'll show you one in a minute after we do some crochet talk. But I just wanted to let you know, I'll do some update chat at the end after the fun stuff. Well, that's fun too. This is different fun stuff. I'll chat to you about that because they are limited kits, small bundles, and oh my gosh, the colour is a bit like in here. So, are you wondering what to do with your scrappies if you crochet? Well, number one suggestion is something like this. I love this. Also, it means I can wear any colour earrings and it coordinates with all of it. This is a reversible, what was supposed to be, blanket that I made using 10-gram not scrappies, that's a fib, 10-gram minis. Oh, side note, you may notice that the pick and mix section is currently not there. Don't worry, it will return, but I'm revamping some colour selections. So it will return, but right now, you can't get these, but you will be able to get these soon. But I used lots of 10-gram minis to make this piece, and I decided that I didn't want to wait for the joy of a blanket. Who wants to wait? Seriously. And until it was big enough, it was just going to be in a basket, so I turned it into a cowl. So this is suggestion numero uno. Cowl it. Make it into a tube. Make a blanket, fold it over, do it up. You will not look back. It's the warmest thing ever. Suggestion number two. Now, I like sticking to simple basic shapes with crochet. A bit like with knitting. I like to have a boundary, circles, tubes, and then play with that. So when I do crochet, I do enjoy the triangle because it gives a lot of shape. So this is a shawl I made a while ago when I was just like, I want to crochet my scrappies, until I remembered how much yarn goes into crochet. It just goes very, 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 very fast. And I reached the point where luckily it was big enough for me to wear. Now this is one of my favorite crochet shawls because it has some of my favorite colors in it. And it's got a really beautiful sunset vibe, which I haven't had before in any crochet work, just mostly knit stuff. So upon saying that, there are no free patterns on my website for crochet. Not yet, but I'll have to get around to it because I do enjoy crochet, and something as simple as this, like you could probably find a free download on the internet, guaranteed, for a crocheted triangle shawl. In 4-ply, beautiful way to gobble up all the scraps. Another suggestion, I was going to say, I'll show you this, but this isn't a thing to make. This is just like, oh, look at the colours. Oh, look at the colours. I've still not done anything meaningful with it. This is something I made a while ago. And I was struck by the shape of it and the movement. And I was like, I don't know what it is, but I'd be dancing around my house with this as a big shawl, like, wah! Or it would make an amazing skirt. But not something I could wear in real life, but probably wear around my squish room quite happily. But this is where I've got with this. But the idea is, if you've got loads of colours that you think blend or work together, having a blanket made is just glorious. This is kind of where I was going with this, I think, to begin with. But then I just decided to increase like mad, just to see what it was like, because increases do something miraculous to knitting and crochet. Like you can transform something simple into something very unusual with an increase. That's what I've learned. Increase the fun. So sample of how you can use colours in crochet. And the other one, this one's useful because it's using 5 gram scrappies, which are these type of babies here. Here. And here. And this was used, it's no longer in the shop, this whizzed out fast, it's gone. This is the Flamingo Holiday Pack that I used, and I just made them into a crocheted cowl, again in a tube, and I just used a border around them. So this is how much 5 grams scrappies gets you as a square, which is plenty enough for a cowl. So those are just all 10 colours whipped together with something on the top, something on the bottom. And oh, I remember I tried something different on here. Look, on here I tried knitting the top, knitting it. I was like, why not knit it? And that was quite successful. I knit the top of the crochet. So those are my crochet. I'm looking around. Why do I keep doing this to myself? There's nothing else on the wall. Well, there is, but it's not useful right now. Crochet suggestions for you. And also, because I love tubes so much and we knit all the time, if you would like to break down your advent, for example, into 2 sections, because I don't know how you're approaching your advent knitting or crocheting. You might be using all of them for one project or splitting them up, because I think I'd probably do that. Who knows? I'd probably do a lot of things. Who knows? Are you splitting them up? Are you doing it all in one? Because if you're splitting them up, something as simple as a tube cowl where you're using your 10 grams, this is how much you get out of a 10 grams mini, with some break colours in the middle, does wonders for your colours. So I'll just pop a knitted one in there for you, just like that. So this is a free pattern on the website. You can go and grab it and download it. But I'd love to do more crochet. Well, now that I've created a bit more time, that's something on my list. Because I think once I understand how to write my ideas down, we're away with it. But making sure that what I'm saying is what you understand is just the language is different all again with crochet. So let's just gently cruise on to some yarn chat. Yeah, let's talk about the squishies. Now, I'm going to show you my first bundle because it's the biggest one and it requires the amount of hands, 2 hands. I'm going to try and pick them up. Now, update news. There will be an update. And if you have been having emails off me, you'll know that updates now are what I've made. They'll go in the shop. Squishes get first pick, and everything else, once it's there, it moves into the main shop. So some things don't make it into the main shop, and for some reason, some of these are only available as like 5 packs of each. So like this bundle here, it's not surprised they don't stay very long. There's only 5 of them. For example, this is a bundle of 20 gram DK. They're not scrappies at all. I'd say these are squishies. Look at those. These are a set that are going to go in the shop. Boom, boom. And this is very much, let's see if I can pick it all up. Very much, oh no, reflective of the colours that I just love right now. Picking up all the, this is my total favourite, total favourite. There's something about that there's something about that colour. Oh, it just makes everything look fantastic. Like even those 2, I was planning on making a shawl with these 2 together. So there you go. This will be one of the bundles available. Pop those down there. Ow, ow. And then the next one is going to be something you've seen before and we've talked about before, and it has been something that I know you've asked for before, and I'm saying before because before I just did not have the extra time, which we chatted about a little while ago about what I've made more room from. It's time, and because of that, finally, you DK fans, oh, I'm going to drop them. Ready? Yeah, the Rainbow Hundreds and Thousands in DK. These are 20 gram kits to do whatever you like with them, and I'm for sure going to be keeping a pack for myself because I'd love to show you what you can do with these on a small scale, because these are the colours. I have this pack in the shop, the big bundle, to make the rainbow blanket, but what could you do with these? So that's my next quest, finding out some DK projects for you, because I do have quite a few. And a lot of my projects, if they're using 2 strands of sock yarn, take that for DK, because 2 strands of my sock yarn equals, because they're both 4 ply for sock yarn, DK is 8. So in my world, 2 sock equals DK. So a lot of my patterns are made for you to interpret and use your stash and your stuff and really kind of, yeah, just make it what you need to make it. So DK, if this is what you've been waiting for, these will be in the next update. And, oh, before I forget, I was wondering what I was covering with this pile of yarn before I zip off to do the squish room. I have another bundle of Slub. It's like a fadey sunset moonscape. I just can't get enough of these kind of blends together. Now these ones zipped out within about 5 minutes last time. This is a slightly different pack because I just love the combination. If I show you how I love these. So like you've got the Galaxy and the Cosmo, and then you've got in the middle a Bertie Bott's, and then you've got a Whiz Bang, and then you've got Cole. So that huge like array of like blues and purples and pinks. And in this one, you've got all of these colors. And oh, I'm going to be making a jumper at Christmas with Slub. It's just undeniable. Like, because I'm having so much fun putting these kits together. Every time I put them out, I'm like, oh, but if I could, I'm like, no, I can't take those kits, because how many kits can one keep whilst not having enough time to knit? You know my problem? You've got this problem. You probably are looking at your stash going, that is way more than I can knit, but I know I'll get through it. That's not something I could not know. So these are like what I'm desiring for a jumper right now. Boom. So I'm making sure I've got photographs so that when I choose my own color palette, I have got lots of options to choose from myself. So there you go, squishers. Oh yeah, before I forget, in my hunt for bags, I have too many bags. I found another one inside another bag. That's how it goes. A bag inside a bag. Ta-da! Something to do with your yarn that you've knitted up and you're like, what am I going to do with it? This is a fun bag to make. So just I thought I'd show you that if you're not massively knitting, but you are a sewer, you don't have to be an expert knitter to bring the joy of knitting into your sewing. So I thought I'd show you this just simply because by the time I speak to you tomorrow, something else would have been discovered, knit, made, found. And I'd be like, oh my gosh, let me show you this. But this is a really fun bag to make. It's just a simple bucket bag with a drawstring, lined with some spots, of course. And this is my Fairy Lights at Night colorway. But this, I just felt like I just loved the way that this panel looked. So yeah, that was one more than I was expecting to show you. There you go. Interesting ways to display your knitting, because they can just be beautiful by themselves. I've seen some, I used to have seen some frames with some beautiful knitted samples, and I remember seeing some in a gallery once, and I remember just wondering why more people just don't do that, because it's just the most scrumptious display of colour. Like, imagine framing your knits, frame the knits. Ooh, framing the knits. So there you go, bags, scarves, shawls, tubes, squish, update, DK, cowls. I've not knit anything. That will change by tomorrow, and if you, like me, have not managed to make, it's okay. We can do it. Maybe the weekend is our time. It will be. Right, squishers, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.